got a little project I'm going to start. So I started getting some bits. Of course, you already know what I'm doing because of the description. Yes, I have finally decided to smash the buy button and get a 4K monitor. Now, I have had a lot of videos saying that how the human eye can't see in 4K. Well, the only time that you really see in 4K is if you're scanning your eyes back and forth. So if you have a 4K monitor or 4K TV and you're watching a 4K movie, the only time that you see that resolution is if you're scanning your eyes back and forth. So nobody's going to be doing that, and I've actually found some documentation online stating that this is actually a fact, that the human eye at static watching, so if you're just staring at the screen, you got a 4K camera monitor watching a 4K movie, you do not see that particular movie in 4K unless you're scanning your eyes back and forth throughout the duration of the movie. Yes, by the time the end of the movie comes, your eyeballs are going to be red and falling out of your head. So that's just the thing on 4K. But I want the 4K camera because, one, this monitor is kind of old. I mean, it's been here for many years running nonstop, so it doesn't have the resolution that it used to. And it never did have good resolution when I did buy it. This is a ViewSonic. I don't know which flavor it is, blah, blah, blah. But the previous monitor that the backlight failed in it had a lot better resolution than this one. This one, like the menu bar, it's always been fuzzy. And I know that on my previous monitor, everything on the top menu bar there was sharp and crisp. So I says, I've been wanting to get a 4K monitor for a while, so I can swap this one to the DVR, and I want to move the DVR monitor to maybe up there, up on the wall, because it's something that you don't really need to watch all the time, even though I like it having it here so you can just glance over to see what's going on. But it's just as easy to turn your head and look up like a lot of people have on their DVRs. They can get it out of here because it's only sitting on a speaker, and it's a small monitor and stuff like that. So the new monitor is going to be a Philips. It's a 27-inch. I'm going to stuff a 27-inch monitor in here. This is a 24, so it should fit in here. A 27 should fit in here. Might have to move the two-way radio, and then, of course, I'm going to have to get rid of the stand because I don't want my new monitor sitting on its stand. I want it actually wall-mounted, like on my Roku TV in my bedroom. I like that. Not having the stand, and then you can, like for me, every once in a while, I got to get back there, behind there, to either unplug something, move something around, or something, and you got to take all the stuff out, and you got to take the monitor off, or tip it, and then you risk, damaging the screen and stuff like that. So I want a wall mount so I can just pop it out and do what I have to do and be done. So that's what I got, and I got the same wall mount that I got for my Roku TV, and it's from Mounting Dream, and they got a lot of nice, I think personally it's the only one I bought, but I think it's a very nicely made mount for monitors and TVs. So this one is this one can support a lot of different TVs and weights, and it's for your monitors and TVs to a certain weight. So the new weight of my monitor, I think it's like 10 pounds or something like that. So this has got the in the monitor, it has a VESA hole pattern. So this mount will fit anywhere from 50-50, 70 by 75, 100 by 100, 100 by 200, 150 by 150, 200 by 100, and 200 by 200 millimeter mounts. So more than likely, if it's a VESA mount, the VESA hole pattern in the back of your monitor or TV, more than likely, if it's under 200 by 200 and above 50 by 50, more than likely you're going to have a good mount to mount it on. It's got all little tchotchke bits and stuff like that that I got to. You got to do some assembly required because they don't know what kind of monitor you got, and so. And on top of that, I got to find a stud back there because you have to mount these on a physical stud of the wall and not use drywall anchors because you're going to rip the sucker right out of the wall anyway. So these are very nice mounts. You got the mount here that goes to the wall. That's fully articulating. And then you got the mid mount that is fully articulating, which allows you to fold it. And of course the head mount is fully articulating where you can get this sucker just about right against itself. So if I can line up everything on the inside of my fingers is the amount of space. I think it's like less than 2 inches or something like that, where you can smash it against the wall. And then on top of that, the head here does have a pivot. So there's the pivot. So you can, if it's up high, you can pivot the monitor downward or straight across, or however you need it. And I do believe that this one does not particularly. Some of them swivel. This whole face head swivels. This particular one does not swivel, as far as I can tell, but it does have the tilt. So we'll be mounting that for the main monitor. It's a Philips 27-inch 4K IPS monitor. And it's got all the little bits and whistles for all your viewing pleasures, and it's for my particular monitor, it's Mac friendly. So we got some Velcro straps for wire and cable management, and we got some the physical wings for your various hole patterns. So whatever you need to put on your monitor, you'll have to figure it out. You'll have to plug and play and figure out where you need to put this before you mount everything up on the wall and get it all situated. So you get 4 of these for the 4 different bolt patterns. And then we got a little level. These little levels are kind of they actually give you, sometimes they give you a little torpedo level thing there, so you can make sure that you got, since this is a non swivelable head, you want to make sure that you're when you mount this on the wall that you got it level, so that your monitor or TV is level from left to right. So we got that little tchotchke, and then we got something else here, an EVA pad. Stick the pad on the arms to protect arm bumping. Okay. So these are little pads that you can stick on the mount here, so you don't make metallic noises and smash and chip the paint and stuff like that. And then all the instructions on how to assemble this. So like I said, your maximum is 200 by 200 or an 8 by 8 hole pattern, and then your minimum is 50 by 50 by 2 by 2. And this should fit, I would say, about 95% of the monitors, anywhere from 13 to 43 inches diagonally measured. And of course, it gives you a bunch of hardware. You're going to have M4 screws, you're going to have M5 screws, M6 screws, M8 screws, M4 by 30 screws, M5 by 30, and then 35, 30, 35, 25, and 12 millimeter screws, spacers, washers, Allen keys, and then the other miscellaneous hardware. And You can mount this to concrete walls with the concrete wall anchor, so that's about the only anchor system that you can use to attach this. And then once you find a stud, of course you have to get a stud finder and figure out where your closest stud to where you want to mount the TV or monitor and stuff like that. Of course, you got to be cautious, and if you remember how your house was built, you know where all the wires should be running, so be on the side of caution when you're drilling through the wall, just in case you miss, or sometimes a wire might be running right through the spot you're drilling. If it's a modern house, there should be a metal plate over the area where the wire passes through, so you have one hell of a hard time trying to punch through that to protect your wires and or pipes. And then we got a little template. So we get a little punch out template so we can accurately get the 3 holes mounted correctly to the wall stud. So that's handy. So that's about it for this particular video. I'll show you all the hardware you get. You get lots and lots of hardware. So here's your main screws and some other screws. And they're all marked depending on your situation. So here's your big wall screws. So these are your wood screws to mount to your stud, and then all the washers and spacers that are in the bag, and then all of your various hardware to mount your particular TV or monitor. So you'll have to plug and play and pick and choose to see what works for you, because I have one kind of monitor, you may have something else, that it might have a different bolt pattern, it might have different screws, and of course you have to figure it out on your own. That's just a way of DIY. Some assembly is required type procedures when you do these projects. So we'll put all this back, and I don't know how if I'll film or record me ripping all this garbage out and moving stuff. Maybe I'll live stream it. I don't know. We'll figure it out when the time comes, because I don't have the monitor here yet. I still have to wait for it to be delivered. Of course, since it's a monitor, I'll probably have to be home so I can sign for it through Amazon, because when I bought my Roku, they just didn't drop it on the porch and leave. They says, please sign. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. So I planned on making a video of putting this brand new Philips 278E monitor in here, but things just didn't pan out right, because by the time I got started and started moving stuff around, and by the time I moved stuff around, I would have pretty much been bumping the camera. The only thing you have been seeing is my back anyway. Bending over, getting everything out of there, going underneath the table and getting the old stand out that held the monitor in, because it came up and around and it had a big plate on the bottom. So I took that out because I didn't know how big or how much room I would have needed. And if I pan back a little bit more, actually I probably could have gone bigger. I probably could have gone to like a 32 or something like that monitor, but I got plenty of room for a bigger one if I need one. But I'm pretty happy with this one. Of course, I got a lot more real estate and better resolution with this monitor, so it's a pretty good monitor. I do like it. It's and of course it's a wall mount now, so if I come back here, you can see that it's mounted to the wall. So I got plenty of flexibility. I got plenty of expansion in case the other monitor that I'm using for the NVR craps out. And then that, of course, the NVR monitor used to live here, so my main one was here. The NVR monitor would have been here, but the other monitor only sat on top of this little speaker, and it was always kind of a little janky and wiggly and stuff like that. So I got that relocated. So now the NVR lives up here now. So same kind of mount. Got the wall mount. Of course, I had to get some extension HDMI cables and then splice the power cable to get to that one. So of course, if you were a regular viewer of the channel, you would have known that this was the main monitor all the time, the ViewSonic. So it lives up here now. So that'll be its new feature until it eventually dies. Of course, like both monitors, and when you do get a monitor, they're pretty much maxed out on the brightness. So turn that crap down, and you'll get a lot more service and lifespan out of your monitors, because that's the biggest failure of these LED monitors, is that they intentionally put the brightness to the max so that the LEDs are just humping away. And of course, once they start failing, and then eventually the monitor says, nope, I'm not working no more, and then you got to replace it. And these things are so cheap now, they're not even worth taking apart and replacing the LEDs in them. So you just throw them away. So that's a little update. Of course, some stuff had to be moved around. Of course, I had this little camera facing the other way, and it sat on top of that little elbow of the old mount and stuff like that. So I'm happy with the setup. I didn't have to move much and stuff like that, and everything just plug and play. And then once I set up the monitor to my preferences, it's good to go. So that's it for the little segment of the wall mounts. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.